Giving up. When's it time to give up? When should you throw in the towel?
Or when should you stay persistent
and resilient? That's what we're going to be chatting about in this week's episode of
Get Real with the English Sisters.
Hi. Welcome. welcome. I mean, we have thought about giving up a lot of times, haven't we? But
yes.
Never seriously.
Never seriously. No, absolutely not. Because I think it's because in my head, I've got this mantra where I say to myself, I'm the kind of person that doesn't give up on things.
Yeah.
I have that belief. And I've had it through years of struggles, of having things happen to me that I thought, no, I'm not giving up. Exactly. And so I really do have a strong belief, sort of an identity about myself that I've formed over the years.
That you don't give up.
I don't give up. I tell myself I'm the kind of person that doesn't give up, even though sometimes I might think I should give up on things.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line between being that kind of person that's like, that you give up because you feel as if you can't make it when you really could. And if you had the right help, you would be able to go forwards. And when you just give up because you think, well, that's it, and you just think that, well, I can't, it's not working, I'm going to give up. I think there's a fine line between the two.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's like stupid continuing.
Yeah,
but I do. I kind of do, and unless it's so obvious that it's not going to be for me, because instinctively I feel it's wrong. But if somebody said, like, the idea of the English is to just give it up, I know him, I would be like I would say no with my whole heart. I'd say, no, I believe in this.
Yeah.
I remember when my husband said it like about 10 years ago. He said, no, just come and work with me full time. I really need you. You'll be a great source and come into the family business. And I thought, look, I can do both.
Yeah.
But I felt in all my heart, it's not just because it's you and obviously I love you so much. It's not it's not just because of that. It's because we had this idea, we had this dream of slowly in our minds we could help people.
Really, yeah.
And I really didn't want to give up on that.
No, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't gone as we predicted, has it?
It's definitely not been this kind of thing, oh wow, this myth of overnight success.
No, it's been a long haul, hasn't it?
It's been so long and hard, and there have been so many steps to overcome.
Yeah, but I think the fact that keeps us going as well is that when we are the English sisters and we do our therapy, and we do our podcasts or our videos, we always, even though it's hard, because like what you say, we've got families, we've got things we're doing, but it always leaves us with something, doesn't it? It always has that feel-good thing afterwards that we've done that. It's something that's worth doing. That I was listening, for instance, this morning I was listening to Kevin Hart on the Diary of the CEO podcast, and he was saying that when he got his first laugh from the audience, he said, I got addicted to that, because he said, I just felt as if I was being of service to someone, to somebody, to some people. He said, when people left my comedy act, they felt better, felt happier. So he said he said it was really hard for him as well, but he said that's what kept him going, that first laugh. And
he wasn't an overnight success either, because I remember reading his story, and it took him a long time to actually get to where he is today.
I think a lot of people, it's taken them a long time, and then afterwards people think it's an overnight success.
Yeah, there is this myth, isn't there? The overnight, he was just a big star, or she was. What really is behind it probably starts when they're 3. Sort of building up on the dream, I think things that are worth it take effort and time. And that's another belief that I have, that I believe it to be true. Things that are worth it do take a long time, and they take effort.
They do take effort.
You don't expect to live in a beautiful house, and if you're building it, you don't expect the constructor to just say, oh, here it is, it's ready. Like in
No.
2 weeks,
Usually
you
it
expect.
takes a lot longer than what they say,
Yes,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Like a couple of years.
Yeah, normally you think, okay, the project, and then when you read the papers, you think, oh yeah, and then the builder says, and then there's a problem, and then there's another problem, especially when you're
you need
renovating.
more money.
You need more money, you need more permissions,
Yeah.
you need, and at the end of it, it probably takes at least 3 years longer than what you expected. But then the satisfaction.
Well, I think it can make or break you, because I used to watch those house programs where they would they would do their own build.
Oh yeah, you used to
and a
watch
lot
them.
of them used to actually end up separating.
The couples.
Not a lot of them, some of them.
Well, I'm not surprised
Because they said
because
it
of the
was
struggle.
so hard on them as a couple. There were so many sacrifices. And I think maybe if one of them wasn't so keen on the idea,
Yeah.
I think if you're both really keen on the idea, then it's easier. But
Well,
if
that's like
one
us
of
because
you-
we're keen on
both
the
keen on it.
We're both keen on it. Oh
We're
God.
really keen. I mean, but we're still trying to monetize our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
which we've been going. It's been like 15 years we've been on YouTube.
Yeah,
at
and-
least 13. I haven't counted, but we've got over 1,500 videos or something, and we still haven't got those
No.
watch hours.
No.
So I mean,
So sometimes you think, well, is it worth it?
So I
Even
think,
putting
is
these
it
videos
worth
up.
uploading, getting the video, but in the end you just think if it helps, we get some comments that say this helped me, I liked it.
Yeah.
So you think, well,
It's like when we wrote our first book, I remember thinking, look, even if just one person reads it, even just one person, or just for my kids, this
Yeah.
could really help them.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this big ego thinking, oh, so many people are going to read it, and they haven't.
no, but one person in specific wrote to us and said that it changed his life.
Yeah, I know.
So
that was amazing.
Has been worth it.
Yeah, he changed it. And then another person wrote saying that they were at an actual, an instructor or something. They were teaching mental health or something.
in the hospital.
In the hospital, yeah.
She
that
was a doctor.
And she said that she would read our stories.
Yeah, and she said she actually put one in her office.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So yes,
So
so I've
they-
forgotten about that. But these little gems that people give us, we think, yeah, it's worth it.
Small little successes, I think you have to focus on, don't you?
It's not all that glamour, because then in the end, when you do get all that glamour, and you think, was it even worth it? Then you usually get the anticlimax, don't you? It's the journey.
Well, that's what we've heard, because we haven't got all that glamour yet. I mean, you see it. I've seen it in films and that, and they think, well, is this it? I mean, well, I guess it's kind of like when we first got an editor to publish our book.
It was amazing.
We were jumping up for joy and yay. And the joy lasts for a while, but then it's just back down to normal.
Yeah.
Then it's about getting the book distributed and blah, blah. It's the nitty gritty things, isn't it?
It is.
But thankfully we didn't have to do, because we had an editor and we didn't have to self-publish.
Yeah,
But I know it's even harder when you have to self-publish.
it is.
We were just really lucky
We were.
that we had a connection and he helped us and we made
Well,
it.
they saw us. They saw
They
we had
saw.
an online presence. They said,
Yeah,
"Let's see." So
yeah.
There, that's where the videos could have tied in, because we had an online presence.
Exactly.
They had faith in us.
Yeah.
So it's all the things that you might do in the background that you think, are they worth it? That afterwards they add up to your
So it's all those
your
small,
little portfolio, don't
tiny
they?
steps along with a good sound belief in yourself. And I think the way you can build that belief, if you say, I don't have that belief, because I'm somebody that's always given up on everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think a good practice would be to just accomplish one small thing every day, and then
That's
to
really
form a larger belief. So today I'm going to go and do that, no matter how small it is, something that I want to do. If I want tulips in my garden, what do I have to do? I have to go and buy the bulbs, don't I? Or order them. So do that first step, and then by the end of the day you'll look back and think, well, I did that. I ordered the bulbs.
But you could be really lucky and have, like, your neighbour had tulips and the little bird brought the seed over, the little bulb over, and
then
happened to plant it right in your flower bed.
Well, that's happened to me before. I mean, yes, that can happen.
But that's the other perspective, isn't it, of people that always wait for things to happen.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they sometimes they do happen.
Sometimes
but it's
they
very
do.
rare.
It's quite rare.
It's much more of a chance of getting tulips in your garden if you go and buy the bulbs.
Well, if you want if you want lots of tulips, you want to have a lovely tulip bed in spring, something you can say, oh, wow, look at that. You're going to need bulbs, aren't you?
Yes.
Unless you're going to need bulbs.
If you're happy with the odd tulip, it might
Yes.
be okay.
And the great metaphor about the bulbs is that they will come back every year. So this is for you to think about, to say, if I buy that first bulb or I get it gifted to me, the first bulbs, then afterwards I am literally planting the bulbs and the roots for my success, and I will reap them for many years to come, for my future. Yeah. So it's that first step, no matter what it is, for you to take, for you to look back in the evening and say, well, I did that, hey. So maybe I'm not that kind of person that does give up. Maybe I can do small things towards my success, towards what I plan to get.
Yeah, and sometimes, like what you said, it's not all black and white. Sometimes you do have to step in somewhere else. So you might have to step in for your family or for your partner, or you might have to get another job on the side, or you might...
Yeah.
But we're not just necessarily talking about work. It could be that you want... Your dream was like to study and to go back to university. You might be slightly older and you missed, university when you're in your early 20s. And you might be thinking, I'm 30 now. I would really like to do that course.
But it's too late.
It's expensive, or, it's too late. But you can find ways. There's so many ways where you can start like edging towards it and putting little footsteps in to get to where you want to go. So you might find a course at your local college or something,
or a course online that's free. There are lots of them where you can start dipping your toes into it, start seeing if you actually like it, and then allow the passion for it to sort of lead you, because if you like something, then it becomes so much more easier for you to want to learn more about it. But you have to actually allow yourself to see those tulips blossom. Yeah. You have to take that first step, and it's about tiny, tiny little steps towards that road.
Towards success.
Towards success, yeah.
And then you can quantify success how you like, because, we could look back and say, well, we weren't successful because we didn't get to be like we had offers for a television and Netflix program at one time. It never happened in
never
the end.
happened. No,
so
COVID came along. We don't know what happened.
We could say, well, we didn't kind of make it, but we consider ourselves successful, and we pat ourselves on the back for every little success that we've had. And then who knows? We might not. We might not even
nice and soft.
We might not have even liked being on. I don't know, because we're used to working on our own and doing our own things. So in the end, there's always a positive to everything you look at in life, isn't there? If you want to find it, there always is.
There is, because it is about just understanding that your life is precious, really. So, I remember thinking, okay, we get put on Netflix. What happens to the family? What happens to our system that we have now? The kids were still quite young. Yeah. What do? We go somewhere to film this thing. Then what if they try and somehow change us, because they were already kind of suggesting to change us, weren't they?
Change the name.
They wanted to change our name. They wanted us to be more hypnotic and dazzling.
More showgirl kind of thing.
Yes, because of the fact that we do hypnosis, and we're women. We are quite rare. We were rare in those days. It was 5 or 6 years ago, wasn't it?
Probably now, yeah.
Probably, yeah. And I remember thinking all of those things, well, other things are going to change. And I don't know what's going to happen, because change can also be scary.
It can be good as well.
It can be good, yeah.
If it happened, we would have taken the
we were
opportunity.
super delighted.
Yeah. We would have managed to try and organise stuff.
Yes, but at the same time, you do think, okay, there are lots of things going on. Maybe it wasn't the right time in our lives.
Maybe not.
No, whereas now we have adult children.
Now it's time.
Now is the good time. So if we wanted to send something out to the universe, we could say now is a great time.
Now is
because we're freer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still pretty busy in the family business because that's another part of it. But I'm probably going to hopefully getting freer and freer.
Yeah.
And
I think
having
you'd
more
make time for that.
Definitely make time for that. It's just about taking small steps. Sometimes
It's about getting priorities right, isn't it?
Yeah, about not giving up. I mean, I remember when I was so young and I wanted children, and then we suffered from infertility as a couple, me and my husband. And I remember just thinking, oh, well, this is horrible, being devastated at the beginning because the news of infertility is devastating, especially if you really feel like you want to have a baby. But then it's so difficult. And I saw you have your baby and just, the longing for that cute baby and just to be a mother. And I couldn't. And I remember thinking, I just continued through it. And I thought, hey, this is something I know I'm not giving up on. I remember thinking, I'm not giving up.
But do you remember I also said to you, you're wasting the best years of your life worrying about it.
Yeah, so
just give up
on the worry.
Give up on the worry. Carry on doing what you're doing, all the fertility treatments. But just remember, today is today, and today is going to be a good day, and you're going to enjoy it.
That was amazing.
You're not going to spend, and it just clicked with you, didn't it?
It clicked. You just, I'd obviously reached about 4 years of infertility treatment, injections, everything, FIVET, IVF. We tried it all. And I remember just thinking, when you said that to me, you said, Yutka, you are 26 years old. Goodness me, you're in your 20s. Just remember that and remember to enjoy the day. Remember to just say, hey, it's not about checking your cycle and saying, oh no, my period's come again. Oh no, it's about enjoying the time in between. And it clicked because I thought of that so many times, but sometimes it just clicks. Thank goodness it clicked.
Yeah, that day it clicked.
That day it clicked. You poor thing, yeah. That day it clicked and I thought...
No, because I saw you suffering so much. And I thought, yes, Kat, do all the fertility treatments, but really, just enjoy your life as well. And then... also, I mean, they tell you that when you're more relaxed, you'll get pregnant, and when you're in it, you think that's not true and it's rubbish. And how can it be
awful for people to say that? Because
why do people say that to me? That how can I be doing that to myself by being tense? But the truth is that our brains are chemical labs, as we know now, and we do produce hormones and feel-good hormones and relaxed hormones that do facilitate all these things. And now that we're older, we can look back on and think, that was true. And what happened when you relaxed? You got
when I decided to give up on all the treatments and I decided to adopt, because I thought this is my last treatment, I'm giving up on it now. And the adoption process was so hard as well. Goodness me, talk about not giving up on that either. We managed to get through all of that, and then I got pregnant. Just when I was about to adopt, I got pregnant. And so, I mean, this is a classical story that's so frustrating when you're going through the IVF and everything, and then a lady comes to you and she says, just relax.
Yeah,
I think you'd want to slap her in the face.
You would.
I just said,
I don't expect, if you're going through this, I don't expect any of you to say
no
that relaxing is good.
Because they told me it was actually, my husband's problem. They said he has extremely low sperm count. This is not going to work. So, I mean, I thought, what's relaxing going to help?
Yeah.
How can relaxing help? This is a technical problem.
Exactly.
So don't talk to me about relaxing. I was so infuriated by it. And yet somehow, I don't know.
It could have just been chance. But anyway, whether
they
or
said
not,
we had
if you
zero
just
chance.
If you just think of your life as, if you just live mindfully and in the day, you don't want to be looking back 10 years on and thinking I spent the last 10 years of my life worrying about getting pregnant. And unfortunately for some people it never does. It doesn't happen. And maybe it wasn't meant to be for you, or
and
maybe
that can
it was.
sound frustrating as well, because you can say it was meant to be.
It was meant to be, but when our aunt, she never. And back in the day, you didn't have all these fertility treatments we have now, and she never had children. She always wanted them.
Well, you don't have the resources because they're so expensive.
I mean, this is a horrifying story, but in the end, she never had children. But in the end, it turned out that her husband was a paedophile. So
Yeah, that's
Thank
horrible.
goodness. I mean, there you would say that the universe put it on her, poor woman, not to have children.
I know.
But she used to say to us, I am so grateful I never had my own children, because when I've discovered this, I've been...
Did she actually say that out loud?
She told our cousins.
Oh, she told her
She
cousin.
said it was the best thing in the world not to have our own kids. She said, I couldn't... It was horror. I mean, she left him in the end. They couldn't separate because they didn't have the financial means, but they lived separately in their own houses. She wouldn't talk to him or anything. It was horrifying for her. It was absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, it's so creepy, isn't it? 'Cause I remember how nice he was to us when we were kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And how protective she kind of was of us. I remember her
it's
saying...
because by then she already had an idea.
She had a hint. She had
an
a
idea.
whiff of it.
She had no conviction, though.
No conviction.
No, because otherwise she would have told us
Why
not
did
to
she
come.
actually have a real conviction afterwards? She
Afterwards,
was like,
no, she found out it was true.
she found out.
She found out
oh,
it was true.
Gosh.
No,
Oh, yeah, she did.
No,
yeah.
I think it was because she was looking after that little girl that she'd made
Oh,
friends with,
my
and she
God.
said he'd kind of did something to her, like touched her inappropriately, and she realised it was
Thank
true.
goodness she was around.
And she was a bit like a daughter for her. 'cause
Yeah, she
used
was.
to treat her a bit like a daughter.
This little girl, I remember her,
Yeah.
because her mum was really busy.
Her
or...
mum was a single mum, really struggling, so she
Yeah.
would always help her out and everything. But anyway, this is a big ramble. But what I'm saying
It's a ramble
is,
about life.
it's a life story.
This
that
is odd.
In the
It's
end,
an odd
she
thing.
was older, and she said, I thank God that he didn't give me children, because, I mean,
she could have had her lovely children and just
she
pushed
could
him
have
away.
separated from him. But imagine if he'd done something. I mean, this isn't really, it's not truth, because it's got nothing to do with most people. It's
No.
very rare. But what I'm saying is that in that case, she was very grateful, and she would have wasted her whole life thinking. In the end, she was at peace with it. She said,
Yeah, but she did waste a lot of her life pondering and wondering about
she
children,
was upset,
didn't she?
poor woman.
It was a horrible time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
she
she was the only one of our mum's sisters that actually didn't get a baby.
Yeah.
She didn't have one. The other ones had like 4 kids, and
Yeah.
mum, she had 2. Mum had more difficulty. She had lots
she
of
was a lot
miscarriages.
older.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a big ramble, but the truth is, that there are, when sometimes going back to not giving up, it's a question of a strong belief and staying consistent with your idea.
And then looking at yourself and saying, is this right for me? Does it make me feel good? Is it ecological for me? Is it like,
Yeah.
is it a good thing? Is it a good thing? And
Do I feel
Do I
better?
feel as if I want to give up just because I feel as if I'm not good enough? Then no. Then you say, how do I get good enough? There are
How do
things
I
you
get
can
better?
do that you
Yes.
can get good enough to do if you really want to do something.
Yeah, I have to dedicate more time, learn more. But I think you're absolutely right. I think it's about closing your eyes and thinking, I knew it. I knew I was sort of like meant to be a mum. I felt it. I felt it so young, and I thought, no, this is going to happen for me. I knew it, so I persisted. And I probably wasted a lot of time persisting, but in the end, I remember, I got it. I got my baby. I got 2 babies. And I thought, wow, these are, it was like the best times of my life when they were tiny and growing up, and they still are today. It's my dream to think I got that. And I think if you it's the small steps along the way. It took about 10 years. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't fast.
No, it wasn't easy.
So a lot of the roads that you're on are not going to be short, easy roads.
They're not.
No.
They're not.
They're long roads.
If they're worthwhile, they're usually long. They're usually long and quite arduous, and it's like one step at a time to get where you want.
Lots of little challenges.
There's so many challenges along the way, but then life is about challenges, and a life without challenges wouldn't challenge us. That's why we like.
And it wouldn't be fun, really.
No, it would be boring.
You appreciate things almost more when it's like Christmas, isn't it?
It is.
If it's
Once a
every
year.
day is Christmas.
Boring.
Every single day you're getting gifts or whatever. Even as a child, what it represents nothing anymore.
No.
But the wait,
The wait.
the anticipation.
The anticipation. is what it's all about. So we're going to wait for you to send us love and comments on YouTube, at Get Real with the English Sisters on Instagram, and help us grow. And we love you all. Have a good day. Bye.
Lots of love and smiles from the English sisters. Bye.
We are therapists and we are here to help you. Get in touch. Bye.
Bye.